This is your weekly rundown of episode Heresy, week 3, starting on February 18th. Valor Saladin returns to the tower for the first time this season, bringing with him the Iron Banner. This is a week-long free-to-play Crucible event, which means there will be no Trials of Osiris at the weekend. Power level is disabled, meaning you can go into Iron Banner with whatever weapons and armour you would like. Iron Banner also brings with it challenges and a seal to become an Iron Lord. For episode Heresy, Iron Banner has now been broken up into 2 playlists, with each one replacing an existing node on the Crucible director. Iron Banner Control will replace the existing control node, and Iron Banner Quickplay will be the new home for Eruption, Fortress, Tribute, and Rift game modes in the Quickplay playlist. If you need a refresh or just want to know more about the Iron Banner, then check out our most recent guide. Our new weapon is the Arc Adaptive Frame Trace Rifle Warlord Spear, and returning weapon is the Stasis Adaptive Burst Sidearm Peacebond. We have a new emblem called Saladin's Pride, and new shader called Banner's Bearer. Episode Revenant brought with it the Iron Banner Memento, which you can put into your crafted weapons to gain access to the shader Iron Banner Keepsake, and title of Seaver's Bane. Plus, the Iron Intent armor set from episode Revenant is still earnable. Act 1 of episode Heresy continues, with Guardians fighting back the Dread and Taken on Oryx's Dreadnaught and locating the missing Echo. This act has a new 3-player activity set within the Dreadnaught patrol zones called the Nether, where Guardians fight in random and varied encounters with different events and objectives every time. Inside the Nether, players will find unique modifiers and stackable buffs called boons that increase your power over time. These come in minor, major, and corrupted versions, and various pickups can be hidden in chests and earned throughout the Dreadnaught. The Nether has 3 modes: the Nether Exploration for those solo types who want to just explore the Dreadnaught, a match-made mode on baseline advanced difficulty, and a selectable non-match-made expert version. From Act 3 of episode Revenant, we have the new exotic mission Kell's Fall, where you can earn the new Void Exotic Shotgun Slayer's Fang, and new Prison of Elders challenge Kell's Vengeance, which can be found over in the Last City for 2 to 3 players. Act 2 of episode Revenant brought with it the Tomb of Elders, and Contest of Elders over in the Last City, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of Act 2. Also available for a weekly Pinnacle is the Salvation's Edge raid, over in the Pale Heart, and new dungeon Sundered Doctrine, which can be found over on the Throne World, with the exotic linear fusion rifle Finality's Ager up for grabs, and a whole suite of new weapons and armour. Just make sure to visit Encore over in the tower to pick up the quest Drowning Labyrinth to enter. Over in the Last City we have Onslaught Salvation, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of the opening act of Revenant. This new version of Onslaught brings with it new defences, 3 new maps and new enemies to fight. You can select from Widow's Court, Eventide Ruins and Kell's Grave, either normal or expert. Also, the original Onslaught has been updated to include some of the new additions. Located in the Vanguard playlist, the featured Onslaught map this week will be Vostok, with the Siege Hook Ogre kicking off the boss rotation. In the Last City on the Helm, the exotic mission Encore is still available, with 2 difficulty options, normal and expert. Also, from episode Echoes, we have the 3 new Battleground activities, Delve, Conduit and Core, with Enigma Protocol and Breach Executable. The expert Battlegrounds will start this week's rotation with Conduit. The Dreaming City this week is at a weak curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Strand and has the Broken Courier mission for the next week. The Blind One features Scorn enemies and the Plague, Sigrus and Varicus. The Ascendant challenge will be the Forfeit Shrine over in the Gardens of Vasilia. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is Beyond. The Trove Guardian is located in Archer's Line, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Hawkis in the Anchor of Light. Nightmare hunts Fogoth, Fear, Ghoul, Rage and Tanix Isolation. The Altars of Sorrow will start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Tanix and the Apostate Sniper. On Europa this week, Coradis the Dark Priestess will be the Empire Hunt, Eventide Ruins will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo challenge will be Survival. Dares of Eternity expert difficulty rounds are Vex, Cabal and Crota. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Pathfinder armor set will be available in Dares of Eternity with weapon set 4. Fractithis, Chrysia Amilo, Volpicula, Wolftone Draw, Iotona Draconis, Canis Major, Contingency Plan, Legal Action 2, Outrageous Fortune, Steel Syllabus C14, and Spoiler Alert. The Witch Queen weekly story mission is The Arrival, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Insight. The Wellspring activity will start the week on Attack, with the Arc Auto Rifle Come to Pass and Goldmag Hive Ogre as the boss. The Lightfall weekly mission is No Time Left, the Partition mission will be Backdoor, and the Vex Incursion will be Zephyr Concourse. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Dual Destiny is still available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The final stretch cooperative focus campaign mission this week will be Descent. The 12 Guardian match-made Excision mission is also available next to the race for a weekly Pinnacle, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Salvation's Edge raid challenge this week is the 5th encounter, Zenith, called Coordinated Efforts. The Kingsfall raid challenge this week is the 2nd encounter, War Priest, called Devious Thievery. The Vow the Disciple challenge this week is the 1st encounter, Acquisition, called Swift Destruction. The Vault of Glass challenge this week is the 3rd encounter, Templar, called Out of Its Way. The Garden of Salvation challenge this week is the third encounter, Consecrated Mine, called Staying Alive, and the Last Wish challenge this week is the second encounter, Shirochi, called Witch. Featured Pinnacle Raid 1 will be Root of Nightmares over on Neptune, and featured Pinnacle Raid 2 will be the Deepstone Crypt over on Europa, with all challenges available for all encounters, with the exotic shotgun conditional finality being farmable from the final boss in Nightmares, and the exotic rocket launcher Eyes of Tomorrow from the final boss in Crypt. And because we've had another dungeon added to this episode, it's altered the rotation. Featured Pinnacle Dungeon 1 should be the Prophecy over in the Legends tab, and featured Pinnacle Dungeon 2 should be the Warlord's Ruin over on the EDZ. The exotic mission rotator will be Node Override Avalon, with Excalibur Exotic Glaive being the main reward, and the Season of the Defiance weapon set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and 0 Hour, will also be available in the Legends tab. This week's challenges are Echoed Warning Part 3, Reticle Arsenal, Dreadnaught Secrets, Shock Density, Iron Sharpens Iron, Principal Performance, Violent Pulsations, and Nether Expertise. Lost Sectors Tuesday Gilded Precept on Neptune, Wednesday Thrillerdrome on Neptune, Thursday The Broken Deep in the Pale Heart, Friday The Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart, Saturday Bunker E15 on Europa, Sunday Perdition on Europa, and Monday Veil's Labyrinth on the Cosmodrome. Our third featured Nightfall was Seas Face against Allnath the Light Cleanser in the Psyops Battlegrounds Cosmodrome. The Shadow Prize Auto Rifle should be the featured adept weapon. The 6v6 playlist will be Iron Banner Control. The 6v6 Quickplay mode should be Iron Banner Tribute. Countdown Rush should be in the small team's Quickplay. Hardware mode in Crucible Labs. And no Trials of Osiris at the weekend. This week we'll also see bonus Crucible ranks available all week long. Still available is the Destiny 10th Anniversary in-game celebration event. And don't forget to keep an eye on Zer this Friday at Reset to see if he's offering another chance to grab a random rolled exotic class item for 41 strange coins. And that's it for the third week of the Final Shape episode Heresy. Thank you for watching. Allons-y.